Hello, everybody. Today is Monday, and we continue our daily Psalms for Hope. I hope you're staying warm and safe today. We're having a bit of snow this day on Monday, and so just pray everybody stays safe. Today, again, we continue our Psalms of Ascent, the Songs of Ascent. And these are songs that they might have sung or recited going up to the temple as they climbed the steps, or coming into Jerusalem as they climbed the mountain. And so this is a song of ascent of David, and it's Psalm 124. So get out your Bibles and let's look at what he has to say today. Psalm 124. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, let Israel now say. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side when people rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us up alive. When their anger was kindled against us, then the flood would have swept us away. The torrent would have gone over us. Then over us would have gone the raging waters. Blessed be the Lord who has not given us as prey to their teeth. We have escaped like a bird from a snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we have escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. I really gravitated toward verses 1 and 2 today, particularly this phrase, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side. This past week, I did 2 funerals, and as hard as funerals are, one of the reoccurring themes was if it's not for faith, how do we get through something like this? And you hear this a lot from people. If it weren't for the Lord, or if it weren't for faith, I don't know if I would have the strength. And usually that's the case when it comes to losing someone that you're a loved one or a person close to you. How do we get through it? Well, the psalmist ends the psalm, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. But if it had not been for the Lord, we would not get through it. And this is kind of what David is trying to say, that there are a lot of things that happen in our lives, a lot of things that can cause sorrow to our hearts, grieving to our hearts, heartache, but because of our faith, we can have the strength to get through it. And sometimes when we are through it, we look back and we say, man, if it hadn't been for the Lord, I don't know how I would have gotten through that. And that's a case with a lot of us, that, when we look back after we've gone through something very traumatic in our lives, if it hadn't been for the Lord, I don't know how I would have gotten through that, we might say. And I have said that a lot. And particularly this past week, going through those 2 funerals and trying to bring comfort to these families, if it wouldn't be for faith, where would they put their hope? How would they feel the comfort? How would they get through it? Well, the answer is easy. It would be very difficult, and sometimes they wouldn't, where it would scar them for life. But the Lord is our help, and our help is in the name of the Lord. And when He is on our side, we can get through anything. And that's probably the message today. If He is on our side, we can get through anything. No matter what you're going through right now, whether it's having to do with this COVID thing or some other circumstance in your life, if it's not for the Lord, how would you get through it? If it's not for His grace and mercy, how would you get through it? Because He is there with you, and that is the wonder of all of this. Our help is in the name of the Lord, and we can't get through life without Him. And so I hope that helps today on this Monday as we start a new week. And whatever this week holds, just remember that the Lord will be there with you. And when you get through it, if it hadn't been for the Lord, I don't know what I would have done. And that's sometimes what we end up saying. So may God's blessings be upon you, and be a blessing whenever and wherever you can.